Hi, my name is Jeff Hall, and I'm the writer and director of a feature film now in development called Seeing Rachel. And I want to explore this notion of social responsibility. I first came across it and thought most deeply about it after watching a BAFTA masterclass video with William Nicholson, he of Gladiator and Breathe fame. He spoke of our responsibilities as writers and said, every time we write a story, we are in fact creating a moral structure, and that moral structure is influencing the people who see that film. And they add up, all these films, to a sense of what is acceptable in life and what is not. So we have an enormous power, particularly the movies that are widely seen. You may think that if they're pure entertainment, that there is no moral message in it. But that is not true. We are conditioning our society all the time, and we should take responsibility for that. Now, this got me thinking about my role as a writer, and the more I read, I began to see that this subject had to be taken seriously. Here's a quote from the American novelist and essayist James Baldwin. Now, it is true that the nature of society is to create among its citizens an illusion of safety. But it is also absolutely true that this safety is always necessarily an illusion. Artists are here to disturb the peace. In his Oscar winner's acceptance speech, Jonathan Glazer spoke of the ongoing threat of dehumanization. He said, all our choices were made to reflect and confront us in the present, not to say, look at what they did then, but rather look at what we do now. Our film shows where dehumanization leads at its worst. With the success of Mstislav Chernov's documentary, 20 Days in Mariupol, we have entered an age when we can quite clearly see this idea of social responsibility being so strongly represented by documentary filmmakers. I'd like to ask if this representation is or should be pertinent to drama filmmakers. Now, the zone of interest, of course, would cry out aloud and responding, yes! After all, we are forgetful of the history of our dehumanizing of our fellow human beings. Film can remind us of this and make sure we don't forget. Human trafficking is a contemporary reminder of our inhumanity towards our fellow human beings. Seeing Rachel, whilst following such films as The Whistleblower, Lelia Forever, and of course, Sound of Freedom, our film will use a different lens to explore the demand side of what Andrew Wallace calls an illicit commodity trade in humanity. Over the coming weeks and months, we'll be posting more interviews with filmmakers and writers, as well as the champions of human rights. I'm curious to know what it means and what it doesn't mean, and how to find our voice if we are to take this path. So please, stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to this channel and don't miss out on upcoming releases. Thank you. See you later.